Hi, everybody. It's Jean Bob, certified tax coach and enrolled agent. I wanted to talk to you today about our free tax discovery sessions that I offer and kind of what's behind that. The idea is to come up with some advanced tax strategies to free up your income to build wealth. That's the overarching idea. As a business owner, you pay a lot of tax. You can see the dark green part of the bars is profit, and your expenses and your taxes far outweigh the little green line. As a business owner, you pay almost 40% in combined taxes. So it can be expensive. It's also the best place to find the loopholes, credits, and deductions as being a business owner. One illustration of wealth building is if you had $2 and you doubled it every year, in year 20, you'd have $1 million. That same $2 that's taxed nets $1.65. Same period of time, same calculation is only $22,000. So you can see how much taxes rob you of your wealth building ability. Now, Warren Buffett, as many of us know, is quite wealthy, and he only pays 15% in combined taxes. What might even a 10% tax savings for you do? So you're probably not a billionaire, and neither am I. Why does it seem like the big businesses get the tax breaks? Well, they kind of do, because most of the tax code is written to generate taxes, loopholes, and credits for businesses. They create jobs, they make purchases, they buy real estate, they create manufacturing. So those activities the government is looking for, and so they tend to reward those with loopholes, credits, and deductions. So you can take advantage of those as well if you have a business. I'm going to create an advanced tax reduction strategy and integrate those tax savings with effective planning. And we're going to go ahead and use personal and planning tools to achieve those results. The ordinary earning cycle for most people is they earn money, the little money bags, then they pay taxes, and what's left over is yours. So most of business owners pay their taxes first and then spend and save with after-tax dollars. What I'd like to see is a more smart earning cycle and tax cycle where your earnings come in, but your spending and saving is the next tier. Left over is what you pay tax. So that's really the basis behind this whole program. So to implement a plan, you're going to want a bookkeeper. That can be somebody in-house. It can be you. It can be me. We can collaborate on that. That's a very transactional type of job. A piece of paper comes in or a check goes out, and those items need to be recorded in a software. Very transactional. Certified tax coach like myself, I can certainly do that, but I'm going to take it to the next level, and I'm going to, again, look for the credit deductions and loopholes that are going to save you the maximum amount of tax and get you on a wealth building track. You should have a financial advisor. That is not me. I am not licensed to do that. I know several people that I'd be happy to recommend, but if you have your own person, that's great too. I will collaborate with them. A traditional CPA, which you may or may not have used before, does focus on tax compliance and meeting the deadlines. And they also can do other things like compilations, reviews, and audits for big companies. As I mentioned, I'm an enrolled agent, so I do focus on tax compliance as well, and I can represent companies and individuals in front of the IRS up to tax court. Tax attorney can do those things as well, but he or she can go through the doors into the courtroom and represent people where my designation stops. So most CPAs know a handful of deductions, but again, I'm going to use a tax planning strategy for business owners and investors and try to cut those taxes down. I'm going to do that through a 30-minute tax discovery, and that's where you're providing me a copy of your latest tax return. If you have a separate business return, I would need them both. And in about 30 minutes or less, I can tell you how much I can save you with a tax plan. And then if that's the recommendation that you like what you're hearing, then we take it to implementation, where we implement the recommendations from the written tax plan. And then phase 3 is maintenance. Once you have the recommendations in place, we're going to have an ongoing interaction throughout the year to make sure that everything is staying on track to achieve the results that the tax plan talked about. And ideally, again, you're going to have more disposable income and be able to grow and keep your wealth. You're going to use a variety of strategies to design a plan for you. And these are just a few of them. Keep in mind that a tax plan starts at $2,500, can be as much as $50,000 depending on the tax savings. And I won't do a tax plan unless I can provide 200 to 300% return on investment for you. So it needs to be substantial. Implementation, if you decide to create a separate entity, if we need to execute a lease agreement between several entities or yourself, if you need an engineering study for land you're developing or evaluation for a business you want to purchase, all those things, that investment starts at about $650 and can go up to $25,000 depending on which of these things that you need. And then active maintenance, again, I touched on that, where I'm working with you on a regular basis, looking at your data, checking in about your compliance documents, and we're making sure that you are on track so that we go into tax season with a really smooth data, and again, the tax savings. You're looking at anywhere between $250 and $3,000 per month, depending on your structure and how many entities and the complexity. Finally, certified tax coach, I'm going to just say it again. We want you to make more and keep more and invest it in yourself so you can grow wealth. What I just discussed here is a free tax discovery. I would tell you that you should have a business income of $250,000 or more, because that's where you're really going to be in the ballpark for the loopholes, deductions, and tax credits. I would want a copy of your previous return like I talked about, and I have a way but you can upload that securely on my website. So if that sounds like something you're interested in exploring, I will put a link to my website below and you can check it out there. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.